Another day, another fight canceled.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy, Dr. Boxing Talk, back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I don't know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. Whew. We have the unfortunate news that Diego Pacheco versus Christian Mbilli has been canceled again.
Nigga, you's a bitch!
Yeah, this is crazy, man. This is the second time. You know, they went to purse bids before and the fight just didn't go through. You know, it's been ordered by the WBC this time around. You know, it'll set the winner up to go and fight Canelo, you know, be in a mandatory position with the WBC in order to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez, you know what I'm saying, aka Cinnamon, aka the face of boxing. Everybody wants to be in that position, right? Well, apparently Diego Pacheco says it's not that important for him to move that way in this sanctioned body. So, you know, Matchroom has removed him out of the picture again. You know, and it's hard not to say this doesn't look like a duck. Now, I'm going to give him an out because maybe they just feel like, you know, with him being in the advantageous position of being the #1 ranked contender in the WBO, he's cool with that. He said, hey, man, I don't really need Christian Mbilli, you know, and to be fair, Christian Mbilli doesn't really need him because Christian Mbilli, he's in the advantageous position of being ranked #1 and not just the WBC, but he's also already ranked #1 in the WBA as well. So you could argue that they don't really need to fight each other. But as far as the depth goes at 168, it's not really too deep, right? You have Canelo, who stands head and shoulders above the rest. Yeah. And then you got to show some love to the IBF title holder and the undefeated Cuban fighter, William Skull, right? Yeah. And you got to show some love to Caleb Plant, who's already lost to Canelo, you know, the American fighter. Yeah. You got to give love to Jaime Munguia, and he has his business to take care of himself after getting devastated in Mexico by Bruno Saras, the French fighter, right? So if you look at it from that way, it's like there's not really too much people to choose from. So you really want to see Mbilli and Pacheco. At least let me speak for myself. I really was excited about seeing these two young bulls, young lions fight. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you have Jamal Charlo, who's talking about coming back and sharing a car with Caleb Plant. And then you also got Edgar Berlanga as well. But he doesn't seem like he's too interested in fighting anybody except Canelo. You know what I'm saying? If you're a contender, he's not interested. That's what it seems like. So, you know, it's really slim pickings, you know. And then, of course, can't forget about Ozzy Iglesias. He's there as well, but he's not really on too many people's radar like that, you know. So Pacheco and Mbilli was it, but it just doesn't seem like the fight's going to happen. You know, there's been some rumors, you know what I'm saying? You know, we keep our ears to the streets, and some people has been saying it has something to do with, you know, Memo Heredia. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. You know, those of you that know him, you know, him and Victor Conti, you know, they have some similarities in some methods that they do, and everybody's not subscribing to that, or some people that do subscribe to that, they could be under suspicion.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
So that could be potentially why the fight's not happening. Some people may think that way. Me personally, I just think that they couldn't come to terms and negotiations fell through. But when it happens once, that's okay. It happening twice now, it's like, okay, bet you should already kind of know where the negotiations will end up. So you got to either make a commitment to stick to it or a commitment, you know, to go elsewhere. And it seems like Diego Pacheco will be going elsewhere because according to reports by Jake Donovan via Boxing Scene, they're saying that he could potentially come on and headline his own show, just not with Mbilli. Huh? Pacheco could be fighting Trevor McCumbee, a guy who put on a good performance against Caleb Plant, but then Caleb Plant turned around and put on an even better performance when he adjusted in real time and basically shut him out. So Trevor McCumbee's still on the map. I like him. I think he's a big puncher. You know what I'm saying? He's not too, I wouldn't say he's too skilled, no disrespect to him, but he's not the most skillful fighter, but he definitely has power and he has guts, and you know what I'm saying, he has heart. So I'm excited to see this fight if it does come into fruition, and I wouldn't be too disappointed with Pacheco and McCumbee at this point in Pacheco's career. However, you know, especially with Pacheco coming off of a win over Steven So-Called Nelson, that was a good fight. But I will say this, because in my mind, now I'm anticipating Mbilli and Pacheco to fight. The fact that they're not fighting, I probably will feel a little disappointed in Pacheco versus anybody, you know what I'm saying, you know, particularly Mbilli. But we'll see how it goes, man. Christian Mbilli, he's left in the position looking for an opponent again. Maybe he'll go back and revisit Kevin Lee Sejo, the fighter out of France, you know what I'm saying. They were talking about fighting again, but Mbilli seemingly came out of that one trying. They lost the purse bid, but it seems like they neglected that one and tried to go the Pacheco route. But that one's falling through again. We'll see if he can revisit that fight. That'd be a good fight. You know, Sejo being undefeated, or Christian Mbilli might go in a whole nother direction entirely. We'll see how it goes, man. But yeah, so Pacheco and Mbilli is off once again in a similar fashion to how it got canceled the first go around. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Is Diego Pacheco ducking, or things just ain't work out? Are you looking forward to Pacheco and Mbilli? Are you disappointed or what, man? Let me know in the comments, man. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.